Hold for silent applause. Admiration in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of Deep Thoughts Whiskey Shots. That's right. I'm losing my headphones. It's a crazy day. Oh, anyways, isn't that the chaos at the beginning just goes for the theme? Because we're dads.
I'm cosplaying as a dad.
Yes.
Happy
Papa's Day for all y'all. I know we're a little late, but as you can see, we're in our best dad acquire. And
Acquire?
Yes, we've acquired this dad. I don't know, bro. I'm all over the place right now. Because I ain't started right. Because who are these dads on screen, you might say? Well, it's me, the American podcasting legend, your host, the albino rhino, the manila gorilla, adjective, maintenance store. That's right. It's me, your poppy today, James. Thank you. Yes, and then as always, joined by my co-host, who knows how many kids he's thrown over the walls over the years and flushed down the toilets. That's right, it's the degenerate Father Nair.
No. Oh, no. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. You know,
but it's I, Blade, the degenerate extraordinaire, here wearing my wonderful dad
Don't
uniform.
be the degenerate Father Nair.
No. We're still the degenerate extraordinaire. We're kind of quagmiring, you know. You got to get away.
That does make it sound like you don't know how many fucking kids you'd have out there or anything like that.
Countless thousands have gone down the nice little slide, the water slide.
You know, I think reach previous episodes, but you know, if every time you is like a couple billion children or whatever, you're definitely the world's most genocidal degenerate father.
That's true.
Or really, I don't know. There's probably a porn star out there that's wasted a lot more kids. Anywho, so that kind of brings me into more unhinged topicry. So I know we were talking on the phone or whatever the other day, and we were just having one of those random, just, you know, listen, guys, on top of doing the show, we're actually friends. Believe it or not.
Yeah, we really are. It's not an act.
You think we do this for all 30 of y'all? Just for funsies? Absolutely not. We actually do it for us, and you guys just get to come on the journey.
I kind of do it for fun. I kind of really enjoy this. It's a nice change of pace from my normal life.
I mean, for our funsies, but, you know, whoever watches and comes along this journey gets to come along this journey.
Yeah, and that's you.
You and all your friends, so you don't look like the weirdo that watches these guys alone.
Exactly.
That's right. Tell your friends so you're not the weirdo. Oh, and don't forget, we are now, I don't know exactly where of the top of it, but once we get to 50 subscribers, don't forget the DTWS flask we have. We will eventually show you a picture of it. I promise you it will be there.
Yeah, that boy's somewhere over there on the bench.
I mean, between moving all the, you know, studios and everything again, you know.
And then the busy weekends we both had.
Yeah. Because
it was Father's Day and you were with your family.
Oh, yeah, that was fun, yeah.
And then I was down in New Braunfels doing a gun show.
I mean, to me, I think Father's Day is just an excuse for a father to have to grill food for everybody anyways.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, it's just like every other day. I just, you know, for me personally, I just took a lazy day, and that's a big deal for me.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
I mean?
No, I get it, man. You're always
have a
like
lazy day.
Fucking churning and burning, bro.
And always doing something, either with the kids or at work or something or another, you know. And so that was me, you know. I just took my father ass and kept it in bed for the most part, you know, just chilled out.
Father ass.
My father hiney. Yeah. Not quite as tight as it once was, you know, but it's definitely still an ass.
Ain't nothing a couple of protein shakes and 1,000 squats can't fix, bro.
I'm 10 squats away from being Jack Delane.
There you go.
Oh, you want to talk about somebody that'd be funny as an unhinged character? Jack Delane. An unhinged Jack Delane. He was so wholesome that you'd make, so what would he just be like a dickhead, or you think he'd be like super fat and unhealthy? Like, what would be an unhinged Jack Delane? What would that look like?
What was that movie where The Rock was playing that roided up guy and he barbecued a guy outside?
Barbecued a guy outside?
Yeah, it was about a steroid ring and a muscle beach.
Not Pain and Gain, right?
I think it was Pain and Gain.
No, Pain and Gain. Well, that wasn't what Pain and Gain was about. Pain and Gain was about a dude that was he was like a bodybuilder trainer or whatever, and he got tired of living the broke life, and then he got like a real douchebag client in.
We got to do this little game. Oh, it's easier. It's easier. Oh God, where'd it go? There it is.
Skill level up.
Boom.
Yeah, but that was the one, and then The Rock just
right there.
The Rock just happened to be one like the big guys that just came out of prison or whatever. For beating a priest to death or whatever, and then joined in on the little crew of, you know, kidnapping this dude and taking all his money. They were all on the juice. I mean, they were all on the juice, but they were stealing money, but it wasn't a steroid ring, not that I know of.
based on a true story. There's that.
Yeah, Pain and Gain was.
I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, it is the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that, like, there's that scene where he's, like, just going, fuck, they killed that guy or something, and they were trying to find a way to dispose the body, and he was, like, grilling the meat out there.
I think they were disposing of evidence, but it wasn't a guy.
Okay.
Yeah. I think.
Oh, man, I might be mixing up some movies here.
I think you are, dude. Yeah, because I don't remember them. Because, like, they took the guy hostage because somebody's cousin had, like, a sex shop. So they were keeping the dude hostage in a sex shop, and they were, like, slapping him with dildos and stuff like that. And,
yep, that's what I remember.
Yeah, and then I mean, because eventually he gets let go. He doesn't die because that's how they get caught because they don't kill him. And that was the whole thing is they were like, all right, well, you have to kill him. He's like, I don't want to kill somebody. I've never killed anybody before. And it's like, well, somebody's got to do it or we're going to get in trouble. So they left it for The Rock, and then he felt guilty. And then the whole thing was, I mean, according to the movies, they got real drunk, you know, and then he made him crash into a building type shit. Like he put the car in park and, you know, doused him with alcohol, made him crash into a building, and then went on fire. And then he assumed he was dead, and he actually wasn't dead. So that's eventually how they get caught because the guy didn't make sure the job was done and good. And
that's why you always check.
Always double tap.
Yes. Sure, it's a little more expensive, but at least you know the job is done.
So you think that's how Jack Delane Unhinged would be? He would be either the really rich prick, or you think he'd be like selling steroids and trying to steal money from everybody?
I think he'd be a definite prick. He'd like bump into people on purpose and be like, "Yo, bro,
what you gonna do about it?"
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
You know, I'm the
See
guy
how fucking jacked I am.
I'm the guy that pulled that battleship with my teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with that guy either. It's just like, oh, okay, all right, Jack Delane.
It's like, okay, I'm sorry. Hey, here's $5. Get yourself some protein.
$5 back then was a bigger deal too.
There we go.
There you go. Boop, boop, I don't like this.
Don't worry. I adjusted.
I'm gonna make sure I'm still
I just
the big
felt
guy.
like I was like way down here. Like, hi, I'm Blade.
Hi guys.
Hi, I'm the degenerate extraordinaire in training. How can I help you?
It feels like I brought my son to work day for Father's Day.
This is my mini me.
But see, another one I think would be fucking hilarious to be unhinged would be like John Madden. Like I just imagine.
Yeah.
I like in my head it'd be like a saw scenario. So if we go right over in here, you see we're gonna run you right up the middle, right into the saw blades, and all your family's gonna watch on this end, and they're not gonna have a clue because the cops are gonna be. He's like just drawing out the whole play on the screen,
drawing it all out for you really fast.
Well, why are you telling me all this, John? Because you're gonna be dead.
Because the time's already going, and you have 10 seconds.
I'm gonna have to call a timeout to redraw the plays. Like, please stop antagonizing this. Like, stop dragging this.
That's
on.
exactly how I'd get out of that. I'd throw a challenge play and see what the fuck happens.
The coach in him's like, damn it, now I gotta prove myself.
Shit.
It's like, yeah, that's the one thing.
I wasn't recording. Like, you know.
It's like, yeah, damn it. Oh man, we don't have photos review. We'll review this game tomorrow, and you have to come back.
Well, you must have quit then. Let me go. Like.
Or like Mr. Rogers, that'd be a good unhinged one. I mean, the supposed stories, like I've heard differing opinions. I've heard it was like a wives' tale that he was in a Navy sniper and all that stuff. I've also heard that it was true. So
yeah,
either way, I think the unhinged version would just be the sniper side of Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, he'd be like the DC shooter.
But I feel like the reason why his neighborhood is so peaceful and calm is because Mr. Rogers is up in the attic at night just making sure everybody behaves with a sniper.
He'd be a hell of a fucking HOA president.
Oh yeah. Oh, God, could you imagine? You want to paint your house what color?
Neighbor, that's the wrong color eggshell.
Whoa, what'd you say?
Hey, neighbor.
I just make sure the people at home knew.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody knew he said
neighbor.
Whoa, it's Ed. Hi, Ed. Yeah, I could just see him up there. Just like I can't remember what that scene is, but the guy that's got the sniper rifle up in the attic, and he's just like, bam, and then he hits like the mailbox just to send a message type shit.
Oh yeah, and then he like stretches with the rifle, wearing the suspenders and shit,
and bends over to pick up the cigarette with his mouth.
Yeah. That's a Family Guy did a reference to that too.
That's how I know a lot of my references, unfortunately. That and Wishbone. Wishbone taught me a lot.
Oh, Wishbone.
Come on, Wishbone. Bro, I passed so many English exams, never had to read the books, but knowing what Wishbone taught me. So, I mean...
That's when PBS was super educational, man.
Well, Wishbone was SparkNotes before SparkNotes, if you really think about it. Like,
That's very
he just
true.
basically gave you the breakdown of the... If you really break it down, he would take these, like... 50 to 20 chapter books and then give you like a 30-minute episode of this is what happened, this is why it's bad, and scene.
Is it Oliver Twist? Please, sir, can I have some more?
You what? You want
You what?
You what?
I love it whenever the little dog goes up there. Please,
just
sir, can
with
I
the
have
bowl.
some more? Yeah. Nudging it. It's so cute.
I remember one time it ruined it for me though, because they were like, they started showing a lot of the behind the scenes in the later seasons and stuff. And it was like, yes, we have a dog for picking the ball up. We have a dog for that. It's like 8 wishbones. And it's like, oh,
Whoa, that's kind of cool that they have 8 dogs.
It was
that are
like
exactly the same, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, enough to where you couldn't tell. And that's the thing that's crazy is because whenever they showed the behind the scenes, you would see the dogs like, they're not the same dog. But when you're watching the episode, it's whatever Jack Russell Terrier's running across the screen.
Way to go, editor. You cut that shit real good.
Yeah, no, it's actually kind of, it kind of killed it for me, a little bit because it's like, oh, there's not one wishbone. But then it's like, obviously, it's like, yeah, no shit. You can't teach one dog to do everything. And like, there's a lot working with animals. I'm sure is a lot to have to deal with and all that shit.
Don't destroy my belief.
I know, right? Yeah, please don't run. Next, you're gonna tell me Barney wasn't a real purple dinosaur.
Well, he's Elvis.
Go on.
This is my
Is this your theory?
This is a little conspiracy theory. Yeah.
Oh, do we have a degenerate conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
It's kind of a real one, but it's very not really known or talked about. But I've heard that Barney the dinosaur is actually just Elvis Presley.
I wish that would be great.
I know. I love believing that.
At
I
least the original Barney, right? The original Barney. Maybe not by
Barney.
now.
Yeah,
He'd
not
be
now.
120.
Yeah, but the original Barney back in the day
was Elvis.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he did all the dancing. That's why he was always like, doing the.
Oh, he did do that a lot.
Yeah, dog. Come on, you see the correlation.
Son
you
of a
understand.
Bitch. He had that same stomach too, man.
Yep. He had room.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Elvis had a magic bag too at some point.
There it is. Everybody's got a magic bag when you're that famous.
Did I go there?
Did I do that?
I did.
Urkel Rain over here.
The light.
The light.
Bro, I saw that complete clip. I know we make that reference a lot, but I like to see the full. I am the Shadow Man. I'm here to steal your poop. And I was like, oh my god, this is way more deranged than I remembered every time I watch it. Look at my fingers. Don't look at his fingers. Look at my fingers.
I looked.
I'm gonna steal your poop. It's like, what the fuck?
And we shine a light upon you. And they have issues trying to turn on the flashlights.
He's like,
yeah.
Oh, the light. Oh man, that's definitely one of those ones. Like I was thinking about that too. There's just so many different references like that we have that is like, who really I don't know. I can't think. Like the Moss one is one that like everybody that grew up in an age knows. Randy Moss caught a ball one-handed over everybody.
Oh yeah, I think that's like a generational thing. Like I don't know who they say nowadays.
That's actually a good point because I mean, what is it? I mean, Calvin Johnson. You've been Johnsoned. That sounds like you just got dicked.
Ooh. That sounds hot though. That's kind of hot.
That's when you really get fucked on the field. When you really get fucked on the field, you just been Johnsoned. Like no. Wow. Oh man, yeah. So Barney deranged is Elvis. That's pretty unhinged.
Yeah,
unhinged Barney is just Elvis on drugs, like hiding.
Exactly. What if he just got tired of being Elvis, and you know what? Barney was the way.
What if he owed too much money to like the mob for drug debts and shit? So now he became Barney.
Exactly.
Moved to Dallas, Texas, or Plano, or wherever they used to film that out of. And
I mean the government, had him join the military and stuff. So what's stopping him from getting into witness protection program? And then what's the best witness program?
Entertainment.
Barney.
Plus, that's all he knows how to probably do would be entertaining. So,
that and karate.
Yeah, his honorary black belt or whatever bullshit. That is one of the ones like it's one of those like known fact things that's like I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to say, but it's one of those things. It's like so ridiculous. It's like Dr. Phil's not a real doctor. Like the dude was an electrician or some shit like that.
What?
Yeah, that was a whole.
I didn't know that. I thought he was a doctor.
I think he eventually got some kind of psychology, but I think he started as an electrician that gave good advice and they gave a TV show. Like it was some shit like that. Like I may be speaking out of turn and speaking out of my ass, but I do believe that at one point in time he was just an electrician.
He's got good advice for somebody who leaves a job site messy.
I mean, probably yeah. I mean, he sounds like a southern dude that just kind of knows shit and just thinks things on a just
on a southern level.
Oh, I think on a southern level.
He's a
boy.
Southern gentleman. I do declare.
I'm a hard-raised southern man. Yeah, I mean, it's just like because some of his advice is. Now, when you go down the dirt road and it's rained and you don't have proper tires, you're going to get stuck. And it's like, okay, so you're used to going down dirt roads without proper tires after it rained. Like it's just country advice. It's not even actual relationship.
You've seen a thing and or two.
Now, when you've seen a thing or two, you've seen a thing or two.
And that's just basic mathematics.
Thanks, Dr. Phil. Like that really helped my relationship out. Oh God, yeah. What would be an unhinged Dr. Phil, or is he already unhinged enough with trying to give advice as an electrician?
I feel like ever since What was that? The Cash Me Outside girl. Now she's Bad Bunny, I think. Right?
Is it Bad
she's
Bunny?
Like,
no, Bad Bunny's a Puerto Rican dude.
Oh, sorry, dude.
But it's something. It's something bad or something. Bad Baby.
Is it Bad Baby?
I think it's Bad Baby. BHAD baby or some shit like that.
Alrighty. Well, sorry for talking about this, but
the Puerto Rican guy's like, fuck.
Yeah, my bad, dude. I didn't mean to mix you up. It just We're
not enemies of the Puerto Ricans and/or Bad Bunny. We've had Nick on here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's gonna be.
And I love music. Look at my shirt.
Look at our shirts. Mine's got a squirrel.
Yeah.
If you couldn't tell. Yeah. So what were you saying? What do you think the unhinged? Crap, I can't even think of. Knight Rider would be another good one. I know it's just randomly jumping, but that'd be funny.
Yeah.
All right, Knight Rider, we gotta go do what we gotta do. Do our mission, Kip. Fuck that, Michael. Drugs and hookers.
Yeah.
We're in L.A.
Locks the doors.
Yeah. No, stop. You can't keep taking me through the drive-through car shop. I can do what I want, Michael. I'm in control. I'm the Knight Rider.
Doing the whole strip club hopping, like bar hopping and shit like that. Getting car drunk.
Somehow the
car high.
Somehow the car is just pulling women left and right. And Michael's like, let me out of the car. I don't want to be here.
Even better, he's picking up cars outside in the parking lot. It's not the chicks, it's cars.
Wait a minute. Or maybe he is pulling the human women, and that's where, like, those OnlyFans where, like, the girls are basically bouncing up and down the thick shift and shit.
Disgusting.
And yet, somehow, maybe that's what's going on here.
But I do know what you're talking about.
Of course you do. I knew you did. It's like Black Dynamite. Hey, listen, Black Dynamite fucked a car. And these girls have shown that it can be done on OnlyFans, so I'm pretty sure Knight Rider did his thing.
Black Dynamite went through the ocean using pelvic thrusts alone.
Yeah, he imagined a giant watery woman and just...
All right, so this is a weird topic. This is what it just popped in my head. You think Black Dynamite is just Black Chuck Norris?
More or less. With magical powers that he can't explain.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because it's just like my favorite Black Dynamite episode ever, or moment, like a little. No, I can't even say that because there's so many little moments. I love Black Dynamite. I like the original TV show more than anything, or the original movie with Michael J. White and everything. I love that fucking movie. It's hilarious. His aunt calls him, let us know his cousin died. Now, what have I told you about interrupting my kung fu? He's just like so pissed. And he's like whooping all these dudes' asses that look like ninja assassins, and then he's like, "It's your cousin, Black Dynamite. He died." And it's like the world's worst acting on purpose. And he just, "Hey, all you ninjas, I gotta figure out what happened to my cousin. Come back tomorrow for more kung fu." It's just like shit like that. I love that. Or like when he throws the shoe out the window and comes in. "Oh, Black Dynamite, you too. Ha! I threw that from the other room." And it's just shit like that.
I think that bastard Curtis the Frog.
Oh yeah, you've been slapped with a frog, dick.
Damn you, Black Dynamite! I fucking love that. It's hilarious to me, man.
I will be for my revenge.
Yeah.
And then he has a son that ends up being a preacher.
Yeah, he becomes a brother of Islam.
Yeah. Hello, Brother Dynamite.
I'm brother that bastard the frog.
That bastard Curtis the Third.
I'll get that son of a bitch for you, dad.
Daddy. And it's like, yeah, because he was in the pimp platform boots as a tadpole. So he witnessed everything. Yeah. Oh, man, I love that. Bro, I don't want this to be a Black Dynamite podcast, but God, I love that show. But there's another one where he's like, somehow they go on an island that's like prehistoric or whatever. There's a bunch of dinosaurs and giant insects. And he's like, damn, I forgot to reload my gun. I got one bullet. Got to make this count. And it's like this giant fucking praying mantis comes at him. And he's like, all his little group is like, oh my God. He's like, not yet. And then like a beetle comes and eats the praying mantis. And like, oh my God. He's like, not yet. And it's like then a giant bird comes against the beetle. It's like gradually gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it finally gets to like a ginormous T-Rex. And he shoots it dead in the eye. Ha! I knew it was the baddest thing on that. He just kept waiting. That's great. It's just the point. Not yet. Everybody's fucking panicking. You see the dinosaur. And then something else will come and grab.
Damn, so freaking Black Dynamite is like apex predator over here. He's like, he knows the food chain.
Well, you know that there's like the other episodes, like the only reason why like OJ got all his credibility in football because Black Dynamite was the one that was actually blocking and really leading the way. So like it was like
that's awesome.
According to them, like they showed a football highlight when they were playing at like whatever college it was. He went to USC or whatever. And like Black Dynamite was the fullback, and then OJ was the running back. And it's like all the plays, Black Dynamite's blocking like 7 guys, so OJ just has a free run to the end zone.
That's fucking
But
wonderful.
It's like because he's smiling and he's like the happy dude, and he was the friendly black guy or whatever for America. It's like all the cameras would conveniently have Black Dynamite out of focus, blocking all the guys, so it made it look like OJ was like America's sweetheart and hero.
I gotta rewatch Black Dynamite.
Oh my god, yeah, because that's when they go to the fucking moon. They send them both to the moon, and then you realize that OJ's trying to just get rid of Black Dynamite and wants to go kill his wife and all that shit that they tried to do. Yeah, it's crazy. And this is the craziest one. He leaves Black Dynamite on the fucking moon, right? He's on the moon. He takes a rock. He throws a rock at Earth, and then jumps and swims through space to get back to Earth within the same time frame that it took OJ to get back in the space shuttle. Within the same day, come crashing down right as he's like, oh, I guess I'll be the new Black Dynamite and take over his identity because I've always wanted to be the Rock. I threw that from space. The idea that someone could throw a rock from fucking moon and land directly in the window, perfect, bang. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the degenerate stamp of approval on this statement. Black Dynamite is just Black Chuck Norris, or Black Dynamite is just Black Dynamite. We'll do that. Black Dynamite's just Black Dynamite.
Chuck Norris at this point is just white Black Dynamite.
Yeah,
exactly. He wishes to be. Oh my god.
Man, that's a Black Dynamite joke right there.
Oh man, sorry. Yeah, that's
a Chuck Norris joke.
That's by far. I mean, Black Dynamite. If you could please put on your pants, your dick is distracting me.
All right, we're destroying the Black Dynamite plate. As expensive as it is.
Get me off the plate, please. I'll keep going.
All right, what you got? What you got? What else you got, brother? We can talk about the fun things at the gun show this weekend.
Go ahead and do that while I get myself back under control for a minute. Just go ahead. How was the gun show, bro? How was that?
So your degenerate extraordinaire put on his local, friendly neighborhood gunsmith hat and went out to New Braunfels, and that's like 500, 700 miles away from anywhere Texas here.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy far. Yeah.
And the company I was representing, they paid for everything, and it was a good time.
And to be completely honest, this is how you know our degenerate extraordinaire earns his keep. He's only been at this company for like a week, and they're already trusting him enough to go do this type of stuff. So, good guy.
I'm kicking ass and taking names,
He's taking ass and kicking names.
Exactly, kicking names and taking ass,
all
as I
day.
like to say.
All day.
But I ended up filling in a void. There's just some weird shit that happened, and I stepped up to the plate basically, and ended up going down to New Braunfels.
Okay.
And spent the whole weekend there, and did a gun show by myself, was showing off all of our cool ass shit. Made some connections for pretty much everybody down there. Almost sold a bunch of high dollar items, and boy, it was wild.
Gemini Pro. Gemini Pro. That's not a high dollar item. We want to
God,
represent.
no.
Unless they pay.
There we go.
Right.
Unless there's money.
I'll do it for money.
I'll do it for money.
Yeah, that's cool, bro.
But yeah, the whole weekend, spent it down there. Had a good time. Saw some live music. Got some good whiskey.
Nice.
Smoked a good cigar. Got hit on by cougars. It was pretty nice.
That was a good plus.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I was like, hey, it started off because I was smoking a cigar, right?
It's like, listen, wives, we love you. We will never cheat, but it does make us feel good if someone hits on us.
And I've told her. I've told the lady degenerate. I've let her know. I was like, so I got hit on by a cougar, and it led on to like two other ones kind of joining in, but not really hitting on me. It was mainly the really drunk one.
Joining in, you say?
Yeah, she was out with two friends. One was kind of moderately drunk. The other one was like sober, like she had like one or two drinks.
The DD.
Yeah, exactly, basically.
Was she the DD with the double Ds?
Yeah, they were all they were pretty. They were
quite
very pretty.
Cougarish, you say.
Very,
nice.
Very, especially for New Braunfels. If you guys know, you know.
Oh, you found the only three.
Yeah, and I was all cordial and stuff. I was like, oh, no, you're welcome to do the ashtray, because like the lady came over, was like, can I share the ashtray?
Can I share the ashtray?
And I was like, yeah, come on. And
yeah.
Then my cheesesteak showed up.
Whoa, sir, please.
I meant like a sandwich, like an
Okay.
actual sandwich. I ordered a cheesesteak and a old fashioned. Yeah, and I was smoking a cigar and everything. I was feeling good. It was a good
Living
night.
that Texan Southern life.
You know it. And so this lady's talking to me, and it brought me onto that question, or that statement I was telling you. I was like, inflation's a bitch, especially whenever it's on your hotness gauge.
Yeah.
Because this lady was like a solid like 8, and she was probably like late 40s or mid 40s.
Not too old or nothing.
Right,
You know.
and
MILF territory.
Yeah, and I was like, and I just kind of was thinking like later on that night, I was like, I bet you 20 years ago that lady was a freaking smoke show.
I mean, if she was an 8 at 40, at 20 she was probably a good solid
90
10
or something.
Yeah,
Like
a 90, yeah.
going into.
But that also
Madden
works the
shit.
other way, because I mean, if you think about listen, everybody thinks Marilyn Monroe is known as the sex symbol of America or whatever, still to this day, and not to say she ain't a pretty woman. She's not to say that she's very pretty because she's natural and all that stuff and all that. That to be said, if you see them women walking around all the time anymore, you know what I mean? That's
Right.
not it was way special back then, but now Marilyn would be a 7. Still very pretty, very lucky to pull or whatever like that. But there's a bunch of those now.
The times are changing. People are liking different things.
And it means if you really think about how crazy people in World War I or II would go over the pinups. Right. Pinup girls like Betty Davis and shit, you would lose your mind over, you know what I mean? The Betty Davis eyes thing supposedly and all that shit,
Or painting them on the side of your airplanes.
Literally with these, and they're wearing a bathing suit that's as modest can be by our standards, but look at that extra thigh.
Jeez, look at those hips.
What is that? 3/4 of a leg?
Hey, Marty, look at this shit.
And it's by nowadays, if you took those same women in those same bathing suits and you put them on the beach now, it's look at these prudes, and then you have 4 other thongs walk right next to you over on the side. So it's even though they're pretty, it's just standards and what we're used to. We're so desensitized. There's no need for imagination almost anymore in a lot of the shit because it's right there at the ready whenever you want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you got to leave a little something for the imagination.
And that's the girl you marry.
Especially whenever I'm wearing Speedos and shit.
Yeah, you don't leave much.
No, I don't.
No, I wish you would shave your asshole hairs a little bit, but those just start popping out.
It's a defense mechanism.
I mean, I get it. It definitely works. I see the flies get caught, so I know it's working for you.
That's true.
But the weirdest part is when they catch the flies. Not when they get caught when they're trying to make their own interest, but when I see the hairs, I was like, whoa.
It's some Eon Flux shit.
Yeah, and that's
It's not my eyelashes, it's my butthole hairs.
And that was the last time we went to the lake together. Yeah.
Hey, man, that day we didn't have any mosquito problems.
No, but then once I realized why, it changes them, man.
Hey, man, that's why you don't look at the secret sauce,
When you
find out some bad shit, and that's also why you don't meet your heroes. It's one of those kind of things.
Sometimes in life, a man sees his best friend's asshole hairs eat a fly, and it just ruins them a little, But you pull through, and you just keep on keeping on. You just keep doing what you got to do.
That's true.
Nightmares.
Yeah.
Nightmare. Yeah, no, that is true. But it also makes me think, okay, so on the same level, a lot of people like to think that back in the day, the American man or even woman and shit like that was a much more hardy individual, a much tougher individual. The American frontiersmen and frontierswomen were very, you dealt with a lot of bullshit, and you were very, very, I guess pound for pound in a fist fight, they were probably tougher than 80 to 90% of the people you got nowadays. But on the other side of that, there was also a day and age when smoking cigarettes was healthy. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's for all that hardiness, for all that whatever your life expectancy was 55. Now it's 80 whatever, just pulling the number out. I think it's 82 or 77 for men.
Modern medicine has come a long way from be sure you smoke a healthy cigarette every day on your break.
You want to give your lungs some exercise? Hit a cigarette at lunchtime, yeah.
Redwoods.
yeah. The straight cowboy killers.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then but at the same time, microplastics, was that a thing? Was that an issue?
Yeah, good point. Because that's a new generational thing,
right.
A new age thing. And apparently we have enough microplastics in us to make a credit card.
I heard a small spoon, a plastic spoon, but both is scary. Credit card, either way, it's not good, bro. I don't want to that. You mean to tell me that? So that's why I'm fat. It's not me. It's the plastic spoon weighing me down.
Exactly.
Man, I feel better now.
He's got 4 plastic spoons.
One's a spork, asshole. Got a little
oh, my bad.
That's what the extra weight is. They're all sporks. Come on, give me credit.
They're all sporks.
They're all sporks.
I'm special, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is but there's that, but then there's also the child labor laws. You were 13 working in factories, people losing their fingers before they have a chance to drive.
Good old President Garfield said, "Hey, fuck that shit."
He said, "Fuck them kids," or he said, "No, fuck that shit. Help them kids."
Yeah, help them kids.
Help them kids. Yeah. There's all the guys beforehand. What? You're 8 and you ain't holding a wrench?
How fucking dare you? You call yourself a man?
I kind of like that we can get
Sir,
so
my boy.
animated with this free roaming mic.
I know, right? We're evolving again.
We're trying things, but yeah. So what would be your opinion on that? So I'm just gonna give you the quick little breakdown, pro cons, and I just want to hear what you got to say. So back then you had more probably unprocessed foods, right? More things were more natural, or at least supposed to be, at least for what we know. You have a lot less chemicals probably in the water and stuff like that. You know, a lot more things were localized. I don't know if that's good or bad, but in terms of everybody kind of looked out for each other a little bit more and kind of kept an eye out for everybody, and you know, just like the whole village raising a kid type shit. But like I said, depending on where you're at, if you're in West Virginia, you're in a coal mine at the age of 9. You know, that coal lung cannot be that can't be better than microplastics. I don't care what you say; it's about the same. So it's like you got all that stuff,
And we're obviously taking technology out of this, right?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, just
that'd be the obvious answer. Oh no, nowadays way better.
Yeah.
Like
well,
you know,
like the okay, like let me put it like this: like if you were to take these two people, right, and you put them on like a like a
weird scale of justice.
Not even like you put them in a competition of some sort, kind of like Survivor-ish, where it's like they have like competitions that are both mental, physical, and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit of both. I don't want to say Naked and Afraid because I feel like the Hardy guys would definitely like outlast.
Yeah,
Naked and
they
Afraid.
would win there.
But the knowledge, I mean, we've gained a lot more knowledge on the outdoors. So a guy that's more knowledgeable, even if he's not quite as hardy, he might survive longer because of shelter building techniques and hunting. And, you know, back then they had one way to hunt a crab. We might have 50. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so techniques and everything. So if that guy's one way to start a fire is not working, this other guy's got 3 or 4 techniques that are proven to him. So, plan A, plan B. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, like I'm trying to think of a way if you put him in that kind of competition, and the only thing you're allowed is like the medicine of your era. Like we'll throw that in there because that is definitely the plus for now.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, that is like.
So if we're talking like which one would be like more healthy, I guess, right? Is
like
that what
which
we're
one would
getting
you like
because
if you had
honestly,
to pick one? If you had to pick one for like to represent what an American, like to an all-time competition for like an American man type shit, and you had to send one representative in for, let's just say, a competition of some sort. It's an athletic thing. It's a quiz. It's a fist fight. It's a, you know, it's a whole bunch of like Olympic style thing. Like we're sending an Olympian. What era American do you think would be the best Olympian type shit?
So it's like a super decathlon, a character building decathlon.
And I will say for this particular exercise, because it's like obviously he's like, oh, you bring the 50s guy, he's not as athletic. No, he gets to do modern training techniques. Like you.
Okay, so this is how I'm gonna put it. We're gonna do like 1940s version like of their Captain America, right? Like their super athletic guy, right? And then versus the nowadays super athletic guy,
right?
Is how I'm thinking. So,
or like we were saying, Jack Delane earlier,
yeah.
Right. So Jack Delane to like I don't know. Eddie Hall or something, you know.
Okay,
like
gotcha.
Just, I mean, that's kind of different category, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
so in that case, like in terms of like fucking overall strength, I think the modern age guy would do it.
Really,
would be stronger.
Okay.
Because if we're going to like these bodybuilders who are like hitting their macros and getting their amino acids, like all that shit that you know, fucking everything about nutritionist shit.
Yeah.
Like that's important, you know, for. Strength, getting big.
I think I'm more trying to get like the average guy. Like these guys aren't bodybuilders and stuff. It's just your average, like they're working at a steel mill or type shit. Like an average American, just man or woman or whatever.
Either way, I still say that the modern. Person,
okay. No, I just want to make sure. I just wanted to clarify because like I have to arguably disagree to some extent because I feel like that one's definitely like I feel like the guys that work in factories and steel mills and shit like that back then there wasn't all them safety. So it was a lot of like, hold this up while we screw this in, and you better hold that up or the whole crew's dying type shit.
We got 4 or 5 guys holding this fucking I-beam up.
Or but think about the way they were building skyscrapers back in the day, bro. These guys just walking on the steel beams and carrying that shit. All right, hold on.
That classic photo of dudes having lunch on an I-beam. Like
insane.
High up.
You couldn't do that with a modern guy even if they were willing to because they'd be like, no, OSHA says no. Like, they were willing to do that back then. Nowadays, you couldn't get a guy. If you're like, hey, $80 an hour, fuck that. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, there's no.
But it's $80 an hour. All right, I'm taking all day to get up there.
Yeah, and and that's what I'm saying. Like, but those guys back then, they just monkey climb that shit. And then when you start seeing, and then the thing that really makes, we got to wait for this skip ad. Yeah, and then you think about like how high up some of them things are. Like talking about the Empire State Building, bro.
Yeah,
and building
one of the tallest buildings in America.
Yeah, like especially at the time, you know what I mean. Like it was or the Sears Tower in Chicago and all that shit. Like you're talking about these like 50, 60 story buildings built by people climbing the steel beams. Like that's crazy. Like that. So that's the only reason why I'd have to argue. Like I think if you took the guy like with modern techniques, like you're saying. and he has like the modern knowledge of like how to build strength, yeah, you know, if you're in the gym aspect, I take the modern guy. But if I'm just saying like the average you versus you on the street, I might have to go with that old school cat, bro, at least for the strength.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Because, I mean, working man strength is definitely different.
Like, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like, take a steel worker now versus a steel worker then, they got to arm wrestle. Who you put in.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, like, that's kind of the way
That's a fun way to put it.
Yeah, so steel worker now, steel worker then, who you think's tougher or stronger?
Oh, man, probably then.
Yeah.
Like the past.
Yeah, because those guys didn't have a choice. It wasn't like, oh, I can't do this, we'll figure out a way. It was like, no.
No, we got to do it.
Yeah.
Ain't no machine.
Oh,
we are the machine.
I didn't think about, like, there was no fucking workman's comp. You got hurt, you got up there and you kept working, or your family starved.
Good old duct tape bandage.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, on that aspect, yeah. Now, and let's say intelligence. And that one's pretty simple.
Yeah. I mean, that's
modern,
the modern
all day,
stuff.
right?
That's
Yeah.
tech again, you know? Because we can, I mean, we're doing it right now. We can,
Yeah, they didn't have this back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we're literally doing a radio show. You get to watch us more or less. Like, to them, it would be mind-blowing. You had 3 radio stations, and it was like the Lone Ranger was one of them type shit. Like,
yeah.
Like, you were limited as fuck to
you
what
got
you're
the news, and you got Walter Cronkite.
Hello,
it's Walter Cronkite. The world is ending. Aliens have attacked, and everybody starts killing themselves.
Yo, that was H.G. Wells, yeah. That was crazy. That's a crazy social experiment that you really think about. Like, he read the book War of the Worlds on the radio, and people thought that shit was legit going on, and like losing their shit, and like apparently it was a lot of sewer slides and all sorts of other shit that was going on.
Oh yeah,
it's one of those dark, crazy like it's if I'm the author, I feel great about myself because I just wrote this book that like affected people. They believed it. Like,
I'm an edgy author now.
Yeah, like not even edgy. It's like, damn, dude, I described this shit so well. People believed it was real. You know what I mean? That's crazy. And
my fiction is not fiction. It's real.
I make fiction reality.
I am God.
I am book Jesus. But then whenever you have to think about it, it's like, wait, what were the numbers? How many people jumped from the bill? Oh. Can we not talk about yeah? Can we not talk about that part of the history? And back then they could erase that part real easy. So
true,
you know,
paper trails are a bitch.
Nowadays, it's not even paper trail; it's electronic paper trail. You can't get rid of it even if you try. Every time.
We're immortalized on the internet now.
Yeah, like even if this doesn't get big, we will always be here.
Yes.
Like no matter what we try to do, so many people will have always seen these dumbass opinions, and that's great. That is really great to me. Oh man, have you ever thought about like just? Oh, are we done with this? You got anything else you want to compare? Like speed, who do you think's faster back then or now? Probably now.
Yeah, definitely now.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of things are going to be now. It's really just a like a quality of life difference, man.
I think the only way you could really do it justice to compare is if like it has to be like a toughness competition and like,
toughness decathlon.
Yeah, because anything past like literal physical strength, I don't think you could like, and that's just average man. Like you said, once you start getting into like athletes, it's not even close.
I still think they'd be strong enough to walk on Legos though. Back then,
it just wouldn't affect them.
We use modern Legos and make the old people walk on them.
See, that's where they would beat us. Anything toughness wise, they got us.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I lost my arm.
Bootstraps.
Yeah, bootstrap. Yeah, sir, you lost your whole shoulder shank. Bootstrap.
Bootstrap.
What?
You can't even pull them. Shut up.
Sir, your head came off in the factory line. Bootstrap. Everything's bootstrap.
Still talking.
The head's on the line. Hey, man, can you just put me back in the right spot?
Can you just put me on?
I just got to get back to work so my family can feed. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we are done with that modern versus past thing.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the last thing I'm going to end that with is, would you rather have microplastics or coal lung? You figure that out. Let you figure that out. Okay, so yeah, we got that stuff.
Yeah, man, jeez.
Well, you know, so we were talking about some juxtapositions. Thank you. And just the differences.
I got you, baby.
I got you, baby. And just all the differences and stuff. And that kind of made me go into, like, movies, right? So it's just, like funny movie. Okay, me and you both have a habit of we watch a movie, if we see something that we would not have done, it's like, this is stupid. The movie could have been done right here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I often say in a lot of Harry Potter movies, yes, Potter,
Yep.
in that bullying right then, right there. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't care what magical spell you got. You can't do magic, but I can throw hands, so we'll figure this out. You know what I mean?
I feel that way about the lovey-dovey animes that my wife watches.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
them
like,
too.
you know, this can all be solved if they just talked.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just go, hey, I feel this way about you.
No, you don't.
Oh, okay, whatever.
But,
Okay, well, There it is.
I saved you 15 seasons. They don't get together.
There it is.
That's the one.
They part ways in a peaceful way.
Well, that's the ones that make it worse too. Is like you spend all that time trying to get to it, and then it doesn't even end the way you want it to anyway. So it's like, all right, waste of time. Yeah. So I was thinking about just some crazy. So like, let's take John Wick, right?
Okay.
So what would be the juxtaposition of John Wick? The dog hunting because someone killed his human.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I think that would be it, right?
Yeah. Somebody manages to kill John Wick, and the dog is like that.
So is the dog John Wick in this scenario, or is John Wick still John Wick and it's still John Wick's dog Daisy?
Oh my God! So the dog is the assassin, and and John Wick is just a guy. He's like an accountant.
He is the gift. That, he is the gift that the dog's wife that just died of dog cancer left him on her deathbed. And so
this is a weird universe. I like it.
That's how we're twisting it all around, brother.
Oh man,
that's what I'm saying. So like everything in this universe, the dogs are not the pets.
So it's a dog society.
Yeah. So you had like a Russian dog that killed John Wick, came in, tried to steal his car, and ended up killing his human, and it really pissed him off, and it brought him back into doggy assassination and all that, and then
So what would that dog be? Like, would it just be that little pit bull?
Well, the pit bull was a replacement. The original one was like a wiener dog or something, I think. The one that actually died that he lost his shit over was like a small little wiener dog.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the pit bull was one that he found at the end of the first movie because he went to a vet and sold him.
It was a dachshund?
I think so. I think the original one was a dachshund. It was a small dog, dude, and his name was Daisy. It was a little female, like small little dog.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Because that's what made it so sad. Is it was like, why did this guy have to beat this tiny dog with a bat? It clearly wasn't a threat. Like,
well, it definitely set him as the bad guy, though.
Oh, it definitely set the tone. Yeah.
Oh, he killed that puppy.
Oh, it's not like he beat a Rottweiler coming at his ass and he had to for defense. No, he for no reason went after a tiny puppy that wasn't gonna do nothing but bark. Like that's all it was.
Puppy.
Yeah. Bang. 4.
Bonk.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so that was a good one. I think that'd be funny, the fucking little dog go after for his human.
I mean, I sent you this video that the juxtaposition for Jaws.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's a shark on a boat, and then a dude just comes out of the water and just crushes his fucking, like, hammer fists the boat down. He grabs the shark and starts kidney punching him and, like, just piecing him up and drags him in the water.
I just like when the shark's trying to fight back because he's, like, hammer fisting and he's just like, he's, like, kicking. He's like,
yeah.
Trying to get rid of the shark. That'd be a good one. If, like, all the sharks were fishermen and they just see people in the water. Dun-na. Then you have one extra large white person because it's a great white. It has to be a really large white guy.
Oh, bro, they kind of did this with.
It's Jelly Roll.
You remember Coco, right? That movie.
It's Jelly Roll. What if Jelly Roll was the Charles' great wife?
Oh my!
That dude's like 6'8", 400 pounds. That would be a big motherfucker coming on your boat.
And he's tattooed and everything.
And I mean, he's a nice guy, but let's just pretend he's dangerous. He did do jail time.
Well, I mean. He
that's
probably
facts.
is kind of dangerous if you piss him off.
I mean, that's facts. That dude's like 6'8" and gigantic. He did wrestling.
Lord.
He did a choke slam on somebody. It looked like he'd been wrestling his whole life. So I mean, he clearly got something.
Let's go.
So yeah, in my Jaws,
in my Jaws headcanon, it's
my Jaws headcanon juxtaposition is Jelly Roll has great white jaws.
Nice.
That scared the shit out of me. That's a big dude, man. Why are you in the water?
I think mine's John Cena.
You wouldn't see him coming. Just the whole boat. What the hell? Ah!
What was that?
Just a boat. No,
yeah.
Capsized. What the hell?
Exactly.
you see him for 1 second, and then he swims up, and then he's gone. That's how he swims.
There be Cenas in this sea.
You got the eye patch. You think I ain't seen a Cena? I trust you. No one's ever seen a Cena. You're full of it, old man.
They always come out of the blind spot.
I'm the only one that ever survived. The only one that ever seen him. Never been back to the water.
Exactly, and I'm never going back.
I'm never. Cena's the lost legend. No one's ever seen a Cena. You think that they ain't make him real?
Call me a landlubber if you will, but I ain't facing the Cena.
I will never. 17-time world champ the Cena was. The ocean
and I ain't
ruled.
tempting fate here, boyo.
Look at me left eye patch. It's gone. It's because of Cena. Apparently his heel run things, he's kicking people in the balls, so it's like his left nut is gone. That's what he just, bro, look at my left nut.
That's awesome.
I barely survived. Yeah, he's on his bad guy tour right
Let's
now.
go.
For his final year of his career, is like 20 years of being a good guy. 21, he's just a dickhead kicking people in the nuts. It's fucking great.
Hell yeah, you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
That's basically what they're trying to go for. So going back to the other thing, Jurassic Park.
Oh man, so so what is it? Is it like some Austin Powers shit where a dude's just frozen in Because it'd have to be a dude.
Yeah. I mean, for the so it's like it's a bunch of velociraptors that somehow found human DNA and
Wearing
infused
like
it with
fucking scientist glasses and shit like that.
it's like they got the Jeff Goldblum one. He's like, aren't you worried that God will find a way? He's
Yeah.
like talking about the babies. It's just like,
don't you know Velociraptor Jesus is looking upon us?
so what they would have to do is they had to make an artificial womb that just be popping out babies with the DNA mixed with frogs or whatever. And it's like, but it's okay. We only breed females. They can't. What is that one? And it's one random male with like a swinging dick. Just, no, wait, you confused them with frogs? No, you know the humans were horny. They'll find a way to breed. They will find a way.
No, I bet you it's because frogs are asexual.
No, they could change their genes.
They can do that hermaphrodite thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like because the human gene's so horny, one of them was bound to be a man. It was going to eventually change everything.
Life finds a way.
Life finds a way. And then you go out there and you just see humans just.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So basically it's a porn.
Oh, man. And then they find the huge pile of shit.
Oh, yeah, the sick one?
Yeah.
It's Jelly Roll again laying on his side. I really do love Jelly Roll. It's just a funny because he's a large human being, so it's just a good go-to. But, sorry, don't disrespect the Jelly Roll.
Yeah,
he's a
no
great
disrespect
person.
at all.
Somebody of that size, all right? It don't have to be him, but somebody of that large stature. He's a big man. Yeah, but that'd be funny. It's like, and then the velociraptors that are hunting the hunters, it's actual clever girls. It's clever girl.
The Coco thing I was telling you about.
Oh, okay.
Like, damn it, this happened last time.
No, every time you try to bring up Coco.
I know. So in Coco, they had that scene where
You're talking about the animated one, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
where
okay.
the boy was alive and they were living.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
living in the land of the dead, right?
To
And they were
find
like,
his-
"Oh, he's alive!"
Yeah, trying to find his grandfather or whatever.
Yeah, that
okay.
juxtaposition is awesome. I would love to see like a Friday the 13th movie where there's just a bunch of zombies going out to a cabin to like smoke monkey brains and get fucked up, and then suddenly it's just like a human.
Hey,
Yeah. Or some like Evil Dead shit where
Yeah.
one person turns back into a person.
Isn't that kind of Halloween Town? Back to old Disney
Oh yeah,
movie?
yeah.
Because, I mean, that's what it was. It was two separate universes that only on Halloween they could cross platforms.
Right.
But Halloween Town was so fucking ridiculous because they were also like, yeah, now we're talking about a Disney Channel movie. Bite me.
Yeah, we bounce plates,
We're
son.
grown men. Fuck it. But like the thing I always thought was crazy about Halloween Town is they're like all Halloween costumes are just based off of original monsters in Halloween Town. So you mean to tell me the kid dressed up as the police officer, the firefighter, that's based off of a monster? That's a firefighter and a policeman. Like policeman and firefighter is not a job. It's all because all costumes are based off of monsters, Blade.
Yep.
No matter what you've done, it's based off a monster in Halloween Town. So that means it's not a cop, it's not a job, it's not a profession, it's not an occupation. You base yourself off of some monster in a different universe altogether. That's the part that I feel like does not get enough explanation. The guy that's a doctor, we don't have doctors. They're monsters from another universe you dress up as.
That just means you're less protected.
It's a lot scarier when you think about it.
Yeah, exactly. It
Yeah.
means that you guys get to see all the scary shit happen to you.
What about Alien? That'd be a funny one. It's like one random human on a spaceship of a bunch of aliens. It's like,
Oh.
it's Sigourney Weaver in like the panties or whatever. You know that scene? She starts walking around the panties. That's what's hunting them.
Yeah.
It's like a random aliens in a thong for no reason too, just for the sake of that's the scene. She's got to take her pants off for whatever reason. At that point, that was another one that I did. Listen, Sigourney Weaver, nice ass, especially back then. Do not understand where the tactical advantage was of taking off her pants while running from the fucking alien. I do not get that.
Dexterity.
I don't. Okay. Because everything was on fire and hot, so you can't tell me. That's like John McClane losing his boots. Why? Why didn't you do that?
I don't know, man. It's like in Dark Souls whenever you're fat rolling and you're like, damn it, I got to unequip some stuff. So you take your boots off, you take your pants off, and you're like, I need to keep the armor on because that's where the skill's coming from. Take these gloves off, take the helmet off, and now you're just running
Basically
around
naked.
with, you just have carapace on.
Yeah, that's one of those games that gets irritating. It's like, yeah, you can take all the armor out, but you're gonna roll slow as roll fast, or you put all the stuff to protect you, and you're gonna roll slow as shit. And it almost is one of those games. I think it tries to reward you for not having as much. You know what I mean? Like it's trying to make it more risky and more dangerous.
Yeah.
So I think the quick rolling is definitely the way to go. But you think that was her whole thing? She just thought I'm gonna quick roll away from this alien.
Damn right, man. That's what I would have done.
I don't know if I would run from a Sigourney Weaver back in the '80s running after me like that.
Honestly, that's one of those like Monster mommies.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Yeah.
Monster mommy situation.
That's a juxtaposition I'm down to get to. You know which one's not good? 101 Dalmatians. That's terrifying.
Oh my God! Again, back to the dog society owning people. I'm assuming.
Yeah, but you think, but if you, well, because that's another one that you think about. Like, yeah, back to the.
Do you have a fear about that?
Kinda.
You have a fear of dogs taking over?
Well, that's why I respect my animals so much. That way, when they do take over, it's like you were a good one. Like,
I respect my animals too.
I
It's
love the shit out of my animals, and there's a reason for it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Listen, I've seen what some of these animals can do. If they all decide to band up on us, we could be fucked real fucking quick. So I decided to be the good guy.
That's exactly why I'm nice to my technology sometimes.
Well, the technology pisses us off, but that's beside the point. But like when it comes to, I like animals more than I like some people. I mean, I've had better dogs than I've had friends in some situations in life, and that's just facts. My dog's never stabbed me in the back. I've had friends that have, so it's.
Damn, this is James as a dog society guy.
I am so pro animal. Like I'm not a cat person, but I like your cats. Since I've been around you, I like your cats have made me more of a cat person. Like I could deal with one as long as it's like a playful cat.
They're cool cats, that's why.
Yeah, he's got really cool cats. I mean, his shit just they're cool cats. But like they don't bother nobody. They just kind of, what's up, homie? And just kind of do the thing, like they're real chill. But like I'm definitely an animal person. Like I've always been so, but. The reason why I think it's terrifying is because the 101 Dalmatians, okay, if you really break it down, Cruella de Vil wanted to buy the dogs to turn them into a fucking coat. So
I see.
So she was willing to skin 101 Dalmatian puppies. That's really evil when you break it down in terms of, I don't think Cruella de Vil gets the fucking, what she needs for being an evil fucking villain. You know what I mean? Like, she's been through some shit. Now turn that around. Now it's Cruella de Dalmatian. And she wants to skin 101 human babies. It's terrifying to think about.
There was a lady that did that. Something. I can't remember what she was called, but there was a Nazi officer's wife that was making skin lamps and book covers and furniture out of.
Ed Gein? Was it his wife?
The German lady version, probably.
That's crazy. Because Ed Gein had actual gloves made of people's skin.
Yeah,
and shit.
This lady did the same thing during World War II, and it was with the Jews and stuff that were captured in the camps and stuff. It's gnarly. So I think about that. It's like, oh my God, it's that version, but a dog.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing is like, I think a lot of times people they take the human aspect out of it and they think of it, it's just an animal. But like when you make a twist like that, it's like, you're skinning 101 human babies for a coat. It's like, shit. That does sound horrible.
I wish to buy your 101 babies. No, they're gonna grow up and be doctors and lawyers and shit.
No, not these ones. They will be a coat. They will be a jacket during the winter.
Yeah.
That will leave in storage during summertime because it's too hot. Yeah, think about how fucked up.
I live in the South.
And hey, listen, I ain't that type of guy to be like, don't wear fur. If you go hunt a deer and turn it into a jacket, by all means, badass. You know what I mean? But just make sure you're getting it. You're not skinning human babies. That's
like
not
our
a good
ancestors
jacket.
did. Use every bit.
How?
Huh.
All right. Well, I think I got kind of a good way I want to end this Father's Day episode, if you don't mind.
Let's hear it.
So I want to do Battle of the Dads.
Dad battle.
So I just randomly started writing random dad names from TV shows and stuff like that, movies and stuff that I just, came up with like the first 12 I could. And we're just going to go one-on-one to see, out of these two dads, who would you rather. Okay, how can we do this? Do you want to do it, who would you rather be your dad? And then give an explanation why over someone over the other? Or who would you... Should we do who would be the best or who would be the worst, or we want to do both? Or do we want to do out of these people, who do you want to be your dad? And then we'll do a competition and narrow them down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the who would you want to be your dad in this situation.
So the first two you got to choose from here, you got Homer Simpson or Peter Griffin.
Ooh.
I'm taking Homer as my old man because he definitely has a good heart. He's just a big dummy.
That's true. Peter is kind of an asshole.
Just all the time, just an asshole.
Yeah, and he's not a very good dad to his kids anyway, and Homer tries.
So Peter's been eliminated.
That's true. Yeah, we want Homer Simpson as our dad in this situation.
In this situation, anyways. All right, now we have Tim the Toolman Taylor versus Rick Sanchez.
Oh, damn.
Because Tim Taylor was definitely on that coke.
That's true. He was that guy.
But he was a TV personality. Or you have Rick Sanchez, who is the universe's most genius, whatever, but kind of a shit father.
Yeah, and if it's the C-137
main universe,
Rick,
the Rickest of Ricks.
The Rickest of Ricks is probably going to be a dickbag.
But he also does care about his kids. He just can't show it. It's a weird thing. If you've watched the show, you know.
but he sets revenge up higher than everything else for
That's
the
true.
longest of times.
So we're taking Tim.
Yeah, Tim
Yeah,
the
I think we're
Toolman
taking
Taylor.
Tim on that one. Sorry, Rick. For most things, we would pick you, but this one, it's definitely Tim the Toolman
Oh
Taylor.
yeah, anything else but emotions, right?
Well, yeah, for real. Anything. I don't want my what's it called? My nourishing years and all that shit to be by Rick Sanchez. That's not what I want. Okay, so here's two other dads still staying on the Rick and Morty. Jerry Smith from the original original Universal Jerry, and Dr. Huxtable from the Bill Cosby Show.
I'm gonna go with Dr. Huxtable.
But he was allegedly drugging kids at this age, or women at this age. This is when he was doing all his things.
Well, good thing I'm not a woman, so I think I'm safe in that regard.
You know, he was a good dad. Like, if you take away all the shit for the TV dad, he was a hell of a TV dad. So, yeah, you got to give it to Bill Cosby.
Everybody's got skeletons in their closet.
Yeah, you know, and all that shit.
And I don't want Jerry Smith as my dad.
That just, yeah, right. It doesn't matter who it is. I just don't want that being my representation of my old man.
God damn it, I come from that.
Yeah. All right, now here's what I'm just gonna throw out there and say what I'm thinking is probably gonna be my runaway pick as great as dad. You got Bluey's old man from Bluey. I can't think of his name. I had it at one point. It was like Spot or Patch or some shit. But everybody knows Bluey's dad. He's great. Bluey's dad is great. Versus Red Fox from Sanford and Son.
Ooh.
Because he wasn't a bad dad. He just was kind of an asshole and
I
talked
just
some
don't
shit.
know much about Bluey, so.
I mean, Bluey's like literally Bluey's dad is one of those things when you watch TV as a dad, you're like, all right, asshole, just really set the bar for all of us. Like,
I see.
Like he's amazing, like the
Dad
greatest
of
dad.
dads.
Yeah, like he's like, oh, it doesn't matter what time of day, no matter how tired he is, he's playing these games, doing the thing, type shit. So.
And he is a cartoon.
So I'm gonna give it to Bluey myself.
Yeah, Bluey, he's got the Toon Force compared to I almost said Red Foreman.
Red Foreman. Well, he's next. So it is Red Foreman versus Frank Reynolds. Two of the funniest.
Whoa.
I think that's a good one. Who you deal with?
Oh, man.
So here's my breakdown. Red Foreman's going to be on your ass, but it's with the intent of you being a man.
Yeah.
Frank Reynolds is just a degenerate. You just don't know what the fuck you're going to deal with. You don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to cheat on your mom and bring home 15 hookers? Is he going to decide to rent a fucking whale for whatever reason? You don't know.
Yeah, and we know we love It's Always Sunny. So
That's a great show.
I already know that Frank Reynolds is kind of a
That'd be a tough dad to have.
Train wreck.
Yeah, that'd be a tough dad. Like, for everything you can say, Red Foreman might be difficult to live with, but you could tell he's a good dad, like in terms of TV dads and all that shit, you know, just.
Yeah, he's just a hard ass.
Yeah, you know, the foot up the ass and all that shit, you know. And I did like that when they did the 90s show, he was like a really nice grandpa. Like every fucking hard-ass dad, he ends up being a nice grandpa.
He loves the grandchildren.
Yeah, immediately. Like,
where the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Like,
trust me, I know what that's like. I felt that shit before.
Ooh.
So I'm just saying, my dad wasn't a bad dad. He was a hard ass, you know, to deal with. But when it came to the grandkid, soft as baby shit.
Yeah, man, your dad was a good dad.
Yeah.
Well, a cool dad, I should say. With me, the times that I talked to him and shit like that, he was pretty awesome.
I mean, listen, he was an old school type of dude that lived in Chicago back in the day, so he was tough to be a son to sometimes. But that's, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot. I don't cry about those type of things. Like it's like, I feel like a lot of people decide to let that shit kind of beat them down, but it's like it made me who I am, and I survived a lot of situations. So it is what it is, you know. Just
it's some tough ass character building, though.
Yeah, I mean it's tough to it's tough as shit to deal with at the moment, but it is what it is. So are we going Red Foreman on this one?
Yeah, that's definitely Red Foreman.
That's definitely Red Foreman. But Frank would be one hell of a father to have.
I feel like Frank would just get you into some shit.
Oh,
that's
all the
about
time.
it.
All the time.
Just like It's Always Sunny.
So here's another one: Rocky or Anakin Skywalker.
Rocky, like Balboa?
No, Adrian. Yeah. Because he was a decent dad in his head, but when you really break down all the Rocky movies, he was never there for his kids because he was always busy training and fighting and earning the money.
He's got that Goku effect.
Yeah, and it basically comes down to it in like the last one, the Rocky Balboa movie, where like his son's like, you were never there. And then Rocky's like, why you being a little bitch? Because I was out beating people's asses.
I was putting food on the table for you and your mother.
And I think it's funny that movie, now that I'm talking about, like the kid just wanted his dad to be there, and like he was the villain in that moment. It's like you're supposed to feel bad for Rocky. He's like, why you such a crybaby? I don't know how to do. And it's like the son, I just wanted my dad to be there. I do, cool. And you know, it's like everybody's like, yeah, Stop being such an ungrateful asshole that you wanted your father in your life. It's like when you break it down, it's like, maybe Rocky was in the wrong here a little bit.
Damn, he spun it back to that juxtaposition.
You see what I did there? Yeah, they don't talk about Michael's fucking point of view. Dude, in Rocky 4, he's literally busy training Tommy Gunn to the point where he's like, hey, Dad, I got into a fight at school. He's like, good job, Michael. Back to business. And like, he didn't give a fuck. He didn't ask no questions. He didn't ask how he did. He didn't care about the black eye. Like, it took until dinner time. He's like, you see your son? He's like, what happened? It's like, dude, what?
I told you.
It's like, and then the entire time, then that guy Tommy Gunn, who's an asshole too, is like, hey, can we get on to more training? Yeah, let's go. And just walks out the conversation on his ass like, all right, bye. The dude went all the way to Russia to revenge for death. He didn't see his kid for like a year.
Damn.
No fucks given. He just went to Russia.
That's a good point. That's a real good point.
Bro, he left his wife and his kid. His wife just showed up because he was unmotivated. And they were like, hey, can you come over here? So where's the kid? He was at home with a fucking robot nanny.
Yeah.
Tell me how great of a father that could possibly be.
I mean, that is a robot nanny. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty true, especially in the 80s when you're like the only guy with one.
Fuck yeah.
So you got Rocky.
Stand still so I can play the Sega.
And then, of course, we all know Anakin Skywalker, notorious douchebag father. So
sand, it gets everywhere. It's coarse. I hate it.
I hate it. So, I mean, I think I have to take Rocky in them two situations.
Oh, man. Just after we fucking started dissing him and shit.
I know. That's the greatest.
Yeah, I'm going to go with...
Because Anakin slaughtered a lot of kids.
He also domestic abused his wife into death.
Yeah. So there's that, too. And then constantly tried to hunt his son down until he had the upper hand. It was like, no, I am your father. And
he was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's the best part. Is he literally knew he was about to lose. It's like, oh, I am your father. And it was like, no, fuck, I guess we'll live together.
Damn, jumps off.
Yeah, fuck us. It just jumps off. I would rather die.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then at the end, whenever Vader dies, and then you're supposed to feel guilty for him, and it's like, okay, all right.
Now you have a change of heart.
Yeah, now you throw Palpatine off the fucking bridge. Anyways, showing our nerd.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we got rid of Anakin on this one. And let's say, you know what, because I know you don't know Randy Robinson from The Wrestler like that, but that was one of those notorious cases for bad dad because he was like the same thing. He was a wrestler in the 80s. He's like their Hulk Hogan, did nothing but drugs. Like at one point he reconnects with his daughter after 30 years and he ends up railing a whore in the bathroom after doing coke and he forgets completely about seeing his daughter. So it's like,
whoa,
bad dad.
Yeah, that's definitely bad dad energy.
Oh, like the dude's living in a trailer park and then his daughter's like, I ain't seen you in 30 years. Let's go have dinner. You know what? I'll give you one last chance. And somehow or another, he winds up at a party trying to get himself booked for a wrestling gig. And then this like, I used to love you. You were on my brother's wall. You want to do coke? And then fucks her in the bathroom. Forgets about his daughter, And then, bad dad.
The 80s.
The 80s. Yeah. So I'm going to put Jack Torrance versus Randy Marsh. Now, Jack Torrance was from The Shining. Here's Johnny. So he loses his fucking mind on his family because they had no electricity or food or whatever it was. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've seen The Shining. And Randy Marsh is kind of the same energy as Frank Reynolds. It's a lot of you never know what the fuck. He's Lord, apparently. So you never know what the fuck you're going to deal with.
Honestly, I'd go with Randy.
All right, that's pretty
I
simple.
like Randy Marsh because, he gives good advice sometimes. There's this one episode, some episodes of South Park where he gives Stan good advice and then goes off and does Randy things.
And at least Randy didn't try to kill Stan in any episode. Jack Torrance legit tried to kill the whole family.
That's true.
So that's a big plus in his. All right, so let's try to nail
Also,
these.
you got to think about Randy Marsh's fucking accolades here, man. He's a geologist.
That's actually they kind of just skate by that anymore.
Yeah,
like he's a legit geologist.
Well, he got fired from,
that's right.
And then
now he grows weed.
And then he started his own business.
That's true. He's a business owner.
He's a world record holder of the largest poop ever taken.
It's true. He was part of a rock band or a boy band back in the day that was super fucking famous for 2 weeks.
He's also Lord.
He's also Lord. Yeah, don't forget Lord. Yeah. Yeah, he's got quite a few accolades, actually.
So he's bringing in money.
He's got no problem getting down when he needs to. When he was
That's true.
Bat Dad.
He fought Bat Dad.
I hear no bell.
Yeah. So he's got grit and character.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go Randy on this one. All right. Well, let's blaze through these final ones so we can get down to the final dad.
Let's go.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put Rocky versus Randy because that final I ain't hear no bell. Quickly.
Going Randy.
Randy on that one. We're eliminating Rocky. All right. Red Foreman versus who was the next one we had? Dr. Huxtable.
Red Foreman.
All right. We got Bluey's dad versus Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Probably Tim the Toolman Taylor.
You are a fool, but I'm gonna let you lie. Bluey's dad wins automatic to everybody. All right. So then we got Tim the Toolman Taylor versus Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson.
All right. Randy Marsh or Homer Simpson.
Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, Homer Simpson.
All right. And the final is Red Foreman versus Homer Simpson. Who is the ultimate TV dad?
Wow.
I go Homer.
Yeah, probably Homer.
Because he showed more instances of caring. He's just a big dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
he
everybody.
does love his fucking family.
So there you go. Deep Thoughts Whiskey Shots 2025 Father's Day. Father of the Millennium.
Homer Simpson.
You've won.
We'll do something for you, I guess.
We'll put a little...
Wonderful Homer Simpson.
Yeah, you know. You were based off a light bulb and a fish.
Let's go.
But you're the kid's greatest wish because you're the best TV dad, according to two jackasses.
Best dad.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, you're the best dad because you were voted by two jackasses.
You are the best dad, the only dad.
We're
Goodbye,
closing
everyone.
out on a song.